Hello and welcome to the podcast series Chartered Talks. Today, in conversation with me is Ashwani Baweja, who is leading the finance function for one of the largest conglomerate, which is in agri commodities. So, welcome Ashwani on board.
Thank you,
And
Anurag.
today, most of our viewers would like to understand about what is this finance function is all about. So, today, when we talk about the finance function, my critical questions will be around that: how the millennials should follow the path towards their destiny. So, what really matters? My first question to you in that series is: how do you see a millennial should follow the path towards being a head of finance or a CFO? What really matters to them in terms of the knowledge about accounting, the knowledge about finance, or the knowledge about business? So, if you can help our viewers to understand the merits in all the three domains or either of them, that will help them understand.
Sure. Thanks, Anurag, for getting me here. We interact with many young chartered accountants, and they come and ask us how should we build our careers. Many times, people reach out to me over a LinkedIn platform, even through our chartered accountant institutes. How should we build our careers in finance going forward? See, the role of finance is divided into two parts. First one talks about protecting the value, and second one is about creating the value on the table. If you want to have a seat on the table with your business heads, you should be able to add value to the business. But before we are ready to add value to the business, it's very important how to protect that value. Is that your basics needs to be correct, be it accounting, be it finance, MIS, taxation, reporting. The basics are very important. We interact with many chartered accountants. They want to come to this region. And in my opinion, gone are the days where people used to talk about, let's go to Dubai. We don't have to do into much on accounting, auditing, tax and compliance. Those are our young days. I'm sure you will recollect, Anurag. People used to say, let's go to Dubai. There are not more of the compliances. But those days have gone. The way this region has evolved last couple of years, 2017 VAT came, now corporate tax has come, accounting, audits, IFRS, everything is now there in this country. So the basics are very important. If you want to add value to the business, you get to a table where you provide solution to the business. And if your basics are not right, you cannot give them solutions. You can build up your teams in terms of getting subject matter expertise as part of your team. You can hire tax experts. You can work with tax advisors in this region. You can work with IFS technical advisors in this region. You can have your own team as well. But if your basics are not right and you don't get close to the business, you cannot simply sit in your air conditioner room and provide solution to the business.
So essentially, you put the merit to the business understanding level one.
Merit has to be there. If your merits are not there, Anurag, the business will catch you like this. They will understand you don't have merit on the table. They will stop talking to you after some time.
So essentially, I think like you rightly mentioned the point that understanding of the business is critical, but at the same time having a detailed insight on the basics, which is accounting and finance, is critical to lead a role as CFO.
Let's see the journey of young chartered accountant. He starts his journey once he qualifies. Sometimes they start their role as executive finance, then become the finance manager, senior finance manager, head of finance, finance controller. So that is a normal journey I would talk about. And after finance controller, you become CFO or head of finance.
But how long it takes? Like for example, to talk about your experience, your journey. How your journey have been from in a very nascent stage when you completed your articleship and you get into the business and you start growing out there. What are the challenges that you face throughout the journey? How do you alleviate it yourself? What really matters, right, in this journey?
I remember my younger days when I used to go for the interviews. People would ask me, okay, what do you want to do in next 2 years or 5 years? There was one standard response. I want to become a CFO. See, every person cannot become a CFO. CFO is different ball game, and you cannot compare two CFOs. Today we have got 4 chartered accountants. There are 4 students qualify as a chartered accountants. They have got similar level of knowledge. They have got similar level of scores of the ranking. But 5 years down the line, their career journeys will be different. Mm-hmm. That's where your personality and what kind of subject you like, which domain you want to build up your career. You want to build up your career in purely in accounting or finance, technical matters, taxation. You want to branch out to so many other areas which are coming out like functional consultants. You want to get into blockchain and AI, which are again connected with the finance domain. There are so many options available. But it's a journey. And you need to understand what is the difference between a finance controller and CFO. That's where, I was coming back to same point, protecting the value, where a finance controller will have a major role to play. When it comes to adding the value, that's where the role of CFO comes, where the CFO walks with the business step by step, what are the business challenges, and provide the solution within the framework available. We have got taxation, accounting, solutions are available, but you have to give solution to the business.
I think that's very important point, that adding value at a very early stage of your career is very critical, so that you need to understand that how do you really add value to respective processes, controls, and even all the resources around you. How do you make use of them to create value for an organization? But as you progress and take a step up in your career, I believe creating the value is something that stakeholders look out.
Absolutely, but one needs to have a patience.
You need to have patience. So my next question to that is that how long one has to wait, and how they should get noticed by the stakeholders, so that they can look into their career path as stepping up to the next level.
There's something which definitely you cannot control, is that you need to be at right place at right time. So many platforms are available where you can catch hold of what are the organizations, and you can make your own targets. Okay, I want to get into this organization, but you need to be patient. You get connected with the people in the LinkedIn in that company. If I talk about this region is growing like anything, but this very competitive world now. I mean, Dubai and this region has changed a lot. How to catch hold of eyes of the stakeholder? You had to be at part of the right team, I would say. And then how your bosses treat you. That is where the leadership skills comes into picture, how the team building happens. And you are able to keep yourself updated with what is happening in your regulatory world or technology as well.
So that brings a very interesting element to another question that I have. Often a lot of people ask me, they are into mid-management and they have a very senior leader in an organization which is working with the organization for long duration of time, and there's a very high, you can say very very less chances are there which in terms of iteration, that senior leadership. So they find themselves logged into that career spot, and they say, look, for me there is no elevation level. What do you suggest, in your opinion, should be the right approach for those people who stuck in the middle management level, who's stepping, they have all capabilities, all abilities and knowledge about the business, how they should step up and get noticed by the stakeholders? Did you come across this curiosity in your career?
Yeah, I have come across this stage couple of times in my career, and when I look around with my professional network, I see this happening quite frequently with the chartered accountants who are in the experience range of 10 to 12 years, be it industry or be it big four. Because your journey, if you're doing well in the company, your contributions are getting recognized, you keep on growing at a reasonable pace till 8 to 10 years. The problem starts coming when you start aiming for higher positions, be it head of finance, finance controllers or CFOs. That is where you start approaching towards a dead end. I would recommend to have open discussion with your line manager and HR as well. In some countries, HR is very open, where they have got very open HR policies. They want to talk about what are the career progression for each and every critical member of your team. It depends upon the culture of the organization, for sure, Anurag, where HR plays a very important role. They identify who are the critical people in the finance function, or even in the operations as well. You identify the key people and you have one-on-one discussions for their career aspiration and what organization can do for you. Primary is what you want to do for yourself.
Very important.
You can have your growth plan for next 2 years. Make your roadmap into two parts. First part is what do you want to do for yourself, be it technical, be it non-technical. When I say non-technical, here comes your softer skills, your stakeholder management skills, your stress management skills. IQ level is given. Once you are 10 years into the industry, IQ level, I would say, is given. How to manage your EQ. That is where the softer aspects come.
How do you see the openness to have a right conversation playing a significant role in your growth? How do you see that? So let's say one person is there who's very open and direct in terms of that, I believe I can do better than somebody else. How about that conversation along with you from one of your team member? How do you see that conversation?
I think there's only one instance of one company where I was working. I was not able to have that frank discussion with one of my bosses. I was lucky that all my subsequent assignments, I was able to put my point forward. Okay, this is what I'm aiming for. And at times it happens that your boss aligns with you. Okay, yes, I believe you deserve more. I believe you can do more. But unfortunately, there are no opportunities available in the company. It can happen, and we should not shy away from accepting the fact. We should definitely have frank discussion. If there are no opportunities available, let's accept the way we want to treat our careers. Similarly, we need to value the career of our team members. If we have reached at this stage, it means there is somebody else standing in the queue who want to reach here. So if I want to value my career, I need to value the career of my team members as well. And if at all we reach a stage, okay, yes, we don't have anything for you, then unfortunately we end up losing the good guys.
So essentially, I think what I will recommend based on your experiences and my experiences too as well, that open conversations are very essential. You need to go and talk openly that what you really believe, because if you believe that something is right, I believe it's your right to aim for it. And since you aim for it, I think the real perseverance that you are following and putting together in achieving this entire objective need to put forward with your seniors and with your mentors ahead, so that they can take you to the right path of growth in your career journey. So Ashwini, one more key question that often people ask about how they should really prepare, what really go forward. I mean, how many years journey that one has to look at before the reaching at the head of finance. So today, when the world is moving very rapid pace, right, there's a lot of regulatory and geopolitical situations are changing around the world. Do you see that this is as an enabler towards getting a rapid growth in your career, or you see as a step forward, where the candidate need to look into some other options?
Okay. The first recommendation I would have is that we should stop getting fascinated with the designations.
Okay.
Okay. CFO, head of finance, finance controller, we should stop getting fascinated with the designations. We should focus on the role and the content. A finance controller of a large company is much bigger and wider role than a CFO of a smaller company.
Mm-hmm.
So we should stop focusing on CFOs as a designations. I see a lot of posts coming on the LinkedIn, CFO. But if you really go through the content of the CFO, the way the people post, Anurag, you won't be able to say, okay, is it really a CFO role or is it a finance controller role? People use these two terms, CFO, finance controller, and also head of finance, so interchangeably. People don't understand what these roles are all about. So my first recommendation is that stop getting fascinated with the designation and the name tag. It's good to have that aspiration, good to have that kind of dream. Without dream, without fascination, we cannot move ahead. We need something. We need to have a target in which direction we want to move and how we want to move. But we should focus on the role and the content. If we focus role and the content, designations will fall in line automatically.
Ashwini, my last question to you, that how important the money is in one professional's career. So does the professional need to really think about money in the very early stage of his career, or he should give weightage to the learning? What really matters?
In my opinion, we should not hesitate from saying, yes, money is important. Quality of life we want to aspire for, money is important. We should not hesitate that we are here, we are getting qualified, taking the qualifications, 2 qualifications, 3 qualifications. Yes, money is important. Quality of life is important. But should we really compromise on the content and the role, especially at the beginning of the career? Answer is clear cut no. We have to invest in our career. We go and apply for the jobs. Company offers jobs. So it's an investment from both the sides. Company invest in the employees, and employees also needs to invest their career in the company. It happens many times, Anurag, I have seen when we offer appointment letters, we job offers to the young chartered accountants. And also it's not simply with the chartered accountants. I think it's the new generation which is coming right now. They're so impatient in terms of money. Because when we qualified in our times, we never started our life with car. We never started our life with iPhone in the hand. Now the generation which is getting qualified, they already have iPhone in the hand. They already have best of everything in their hand with their parents. So their starting point is very high, but they want to achieve everything in a shorter period of time, which is actually hitting them back, and they are not realizing as we speak now. Probably in the later stage of their career, they will realize the kind of mistakes they are doing right now. We need to invest in our career. Companies are investing in us. We need to be patient. Coming to the appointment letters, because we keep on doing the recruitments, we keep on interviewing the candidates across the world, especially the young blood. It's important to get the young blood into teams,
Yeah.
so that we are ready with the leadership skills for the future.
Yeah.
So what these guys are doing, we offer them, and they take the appointment letter. They have a notice period, then they start shopping around. It's highly unprofessional, because if I see from my side, I'll wait for a guy to join probably for 3 months. And it is not just 3 months of notice period. The kind of time which we invest, a company invest in looking for a guy even before we roll out the offer, is 3 to 4 months. So actually 6 to 7 months goes in finding a guy, and then you suddenly realize the person is not going because you're shopping around.
Yeah, so the level of commitment is going very down. And I realize, I totally agree, and I have the same thoughts around it, that a person who cannot hold his commitments towards the commitment that he made to an organization, I believe he's not a professional.
Absolutely.
And I have seen many times and again that people who do not hold to their commitment, they get professionally haunted at certain stage when they grow at certain stage. And then they reach the middle management level. This lack of commitment haunts them down. And I think that becomes a barrier in their career, because, you do what you practice. And if you are practicing something which is not good professionally, then I think you will have repercussions in due course. Don't think about that, today I'm doing this just because I'm getting, better salary, better package out there. But you have made your commitment to somebody.
Absolutely.
At certain stage, this lack of commitment and lack of engagement will haunt you down. So I recommend all the professionals that whenever you are going to take offer, before making an offer, just analyze, understand, think twice before making the commitment. But if you made it, live up to that. Thank you, Ashwani.
Great. Thank you.